Welcome, one and all, to the YTFA podcast, where we show you how to grow your channel. Without further ado, welcome to the family.
Hi, welcome.
I'm your host, Lord
So I guess,
Pyromon, and,
and I'm Cait.
yep. So, we have been, on a bit of a hiatus for a couple months. So, we have a lot to talk about. First of all, I'm going to
Feel,
be... What was that?
I was gonna say, I guess that would feel a lot to that fuels a lot of the content for this podcast. Then,
Oh, absolutely. This is probably going to be a long one. Uh, I'm trying to compensate. I'm trying to compensate for that long hiatus.
hmm
My computer's making a lot of noise for some reason. That was actually one of the issues for why we took a bit of a hiatus, was because that there was something wrong with my computer. So that's fun.
yeah, yeah, we
Uh,
can't really make that. We can't really make the podcast without the computer.
exactly. Yeah. Uh, But yeah, first of all, I do want to talk that there's going to be a few changes just in the naming of this podcast. Instead of it being
hmm
the YTF podcast or the YouTube Family podcast, it's going to be the YTFA podcast because of the changes with COPPA, and also because I recently learned that apparently ancient YouTube pioneer Nigahiga also has a podcast and also has like a side project called YTF. So just for SEO reasons and because of COPPA, the whole family aspect of the naming
Yeah.
might get in the way.
Oh yeah.
So
That that makes sense too, because then it differentiates the amino itself.
exactly, yeah, yeah. So that's a bit of a change with the naming conventions, just because I've done a lot of research in the past, just seeing like I think we'd have much better discovery on the name YTFA than YTF, just because of the whole Nigahiga thing. So
Yeah.
so that's
So I know you. So I know you mentioned kappa, so that might be a great segue.
yeah, yeah. So COPPA is a thing that is happening. I don't want to touch too much on it because it's been so long since it's really been like it's been in the public knowledge long enough that I don't think we really have to talk about it that much.
No, I will say Kappa's kind of interesting because it actually, funny enough, it kind of relates a little bit with what I'm working on with my master's project itself. Because Kappa came about as a protection thing, but I
Yeah,
think I would say it's been, what's the best way to say it? It's just been, I think Kappa has begun to be, has begun to be misinterpreted,
yeah.
and it's impacting YouTube for that reason.
Because that's the thing, is that COPPA is a law that was put in place back for children's television in the 90s, and it
Yeah.
really hasn't been changed all that much since. So now they're
No,
trying to
and it
implement. Now they're trying to kind of implement that law for the digital age, and that's not going to go very well.
it
I
does
think. What was that?
it doesn't work because
Yeah.
it does not work, and it doesn't work for a couple of reasons. It's actually, like I said, relates a lot with my master's project,
Mm-hmm.
and that's with YouTube and the content creation comes, it comes in the territory of Web 2.0, and COPPA was kind of made at a time of Web 1.0, which was very much about consuming information and being
Yeah.
anonymous.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a big, huge reason it's not working. And because they're not considering the fact that the web has really shifted in the 20 plus years it was implemented.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, I feel
Sorry, I
like
can.
no. Your input is great. Um,
Thank you.
but but I really feel like at this point, if they're going, I don't have anything really against them implementing COPPA for YouTubers, but it has to be changed. They have to like get with these tech companies and
Yeah.
have a talk with them, tell them, like try and they've negotiated with YouTube, and that's the problem. They their negotiations didn't go well, and that's why we're kind of in this little
Yeah.
issue. What they don't need to
Yeah.
negotiate with them, they have to actually rewrite the law from the ground up with the help of maybe not just YouTube, but maybe certain influencers get involved, get like
Oh, for sure.
yeah, get those kinds of
Like get
people.
the big in.
Yeah,
Oh, for sure. Because and I will say from this is really difficult because then you're starting to venture into the territory of parenting and, you know, what are you letting your kids consume? But really, it does come down to we can't censor everything. It's
yeah,
impossible. There's no way, and while it's valiant for YouTube to try to censor everything, there are things that are just gonna fly by and kids can bypass controls. So I feel like this kind of comes down to, parents having conversations with their kids that they maybe don't want to have.
yeah, absolutely, and that's just I feel like that's just a problem with. I'm about to go full on libertarian here, but like this is a problem with our government as a whole, and the fact that we kind of they a lot of people treat the government like they're supposed to be mom and dad. Like they're supposed to
Not.
be the people that like they're supposed to be parenting your kids. Like they're supposed to be taking care of you, which is not what the government is supposed to be at all. That's not what companies are supposed to be at all.
No, I mean, I think there's a certain amount of moral responsibility, in public good, but there needs to be a line drawn in the sand and said, okay, we've done what we can do, but now you have to come in and take over and actually make the decisions based on what's right for your child. Because for what's right for one child is not right for the other child.
Yeah.
And I really don't like we're starting to put people into boxes, because that just doesn't work. And it's impacting creators now because now creators are in fear that their content is going to be viewed as not child friendly if it never was, but it could accidentally be perceived that way. For example, I know the like animation YouTubers are totally terrified of this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So, and in other ways, like kids, content that is kid friendly and is meant for children can be perceived as not kid friendly by the right parents anyway. But that's kind of my point is that I think there's a point, where we have to draw the line and say, okay, this is not my problem anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Gosh, what was I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Uh, I mean, yeah. I mean, at some point, you're totally on. You're totally like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? But yeah, I mean,
Pyro's breaking
gosh,
down.
404. System 32 deleted. What's happening?
Oh my. Oh no, please do not blue screen in the middle of the podcast.
Gosh, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it really is just the fact that like, well, actually, I think we do need to talk about like a few good things that may come from COPPA. I don't know if it
Sure.
will, but like yeah, like this has essentially incentivized YouTube to sort of rework how their yellow dollar sign works. Because for the longest time, that has been the most terrifying thing that a YouTuber could get, or a YouTuber that monetizes their videos could get. That, dreaded demonetization. But nowadays, it doesn't, or at least from the sounds of it, I don't know if this has been updated or if this is. But I heard that it's no longer going to be a demonetization. It's instead just going to be you are going to get more adult ads on your videos. They're going to try and find advertisers, which is what it should have been the whole time.
That's what
They're
it
going to
should
try
have
and
been.
yeah, they're going to try and find advertisers that want a more mature audience to watch your video to consume their products.
Oh yeah, because I'll give a good example. Like I've seen drama channels when they get sponsored by Adam and Eve. I might raise an eyebrow for a second, but then I go, huh. most people who are watching these channels are adults. It's
Yeah.
normally not a child.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen anybody sponsored by Adam and Eve, but
Uh,
yeah.
it's all over the beauty. Okay, this is what I admit. One of my guilty pleasures is I watch beauty drama channels,
Oh,
and and they actually are they sponsor a lot of them. So you'll actually see that on their content. I can maybe send you one at some point, and you'll be like, oh, that's a thing.
oh wow.
But But one of the things I am concerned of, and I hope they do address this, I'm sure they will if they're working this out on the flip side, is that they need to make sure that the commercials that they show to children aren't, it's like the issue in the 90s where they had ads that were really targeted at children and they didn't actually understand it was an ad.
Yeah, and I think that's what COPPA's doing. And my bigger worry, because that's the thing is, and yeah, COPPA's whole thing is that they're trying to remove targeted ads from kids' content. I think the
Mhm.
bigger worry about that is, they're removing targeted ads. My bigger worry isn't targeted ads. My bigger worry is if it's not targeted and it's not collecting that data, there's a bigger chance that they might see something not kid friendly. Like, if they don't know what to show, they might show, you know, the Nun or something. How there's that big controversy about how freaky the Nun ad was for some reason.
Oh yeah, that ad. It's
Yeah,
freaky if you don't like jump scares, and I don't like
yeah.
jump scares, so it actually did freak me the hell out. I was like, oh no, 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 you put that away now.
I was lucky enough to not get it. So,
I think I got it once, and I was like, no. It's because I like horror films, but I don't like jump scares.
oh yeah, I enjoy horror films. But yeah, jump scares are just lazy to me. They don't really scare me. They just kind of make me groan when they're bad. Because there are some good
Yeah,
jump scares. I've seen some good jump scares.
I forgot there's one out there. This is off topic for a second. There's this one I forgot. It's like Pookie and something, and it has like the worst jump scares. It actually freaked me out. I have a whole story. I'll tell you. I'll tell it one day.
Oh, all right.
But but yeah, Kaba. There are benefits that I think will come from it, but I think we just also have to make sure that it's adjusted to fit the world of, I'm about to say 2019, but really it's going to be 2020.
Yeah. Uh, and here's the thing: like, I see a lot of people, a lot of small YouTubers that are on our community that are really freaked out. They think that this is going to absolutely ruin their channel.
I
I don't think it's gonna hurt small YouTubers all that much.
I don't think so. I'll tell you who it will hurt. It'll hurt the big guys. It'll really hurt the big guys
Absolutely.
who really get the AdSense. I mean, and this is no, please, anybody who's a small YouTuber, do not think this is, something bad on you. But you're not making the kind of money they are. So, what you get in AdSense and what they get in AdSense could be, you know, the difference of a mortgage.
Yeah.
While, while for a smaller YouTuber, it's just for funsies, really. Um, You're not doing this as your job, I should say.
And yeah, I think that a lot of people seem to be really freaking out about the 40, what was it, like $40,000 fine or something like that, and it's like people are taking that out of context
Yeah.
because it said like I think
I
it said like up to $40 million. So that means like
yeah, this up
that's the
to,
maximum if you
yeah,
do
and
get a
you'd probably
fine.
that a small for a small fish, you're probably not going to get a fine, or you're going to get a very minimal fine. You're
Definitely.
probably not going to get up to that 40, nowhere near that 40 million.
Yeah.
And I highly doubt they'll even give it.
Yeah.
Because I think that what I really think, if you want to know what I think that 40 million fine is really targeted to, I think it's targeted to YouTubers such as the Paul brothers.
Oh, definitely.
That's
Yeah.
targeted to people who have been notorious for selling to kids.
Yeah. Because COPPA is COPPA is written so vaguely. I feel like they're really just trying to cover their bases because,
Yeah.
yeah, like it feels like they're just
Well, it
trying to
was
cover their
written so
bases just in case, just for any
yeah, and it was
variability.
yeah, and it was written so vaguely because at the time these lawmakers had no idea what the internet was about to become. They had no idea. They had never seen anything like it. So I'm not surprised that we're revisiting this, 20 something years later and
Yeah.
being like, why, I have no idea what I just did back in, 1990 something.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same argument with like the Constitution and
Hmm.
the whole gun debate. How like, oh well,
Yeah.
that was made for muskets. It's totally different now. But like, then there are
Yeah.
people who like me. I say, well, it's still it's in the Constitution. It's
I mean,
it's meant for it's meant to prevent you know the government from
well, yeah,
blowing us up and all that.
there's a whole thing with that. I mean,
It's I
I'm,
don't want to get into the gun debate. I
oh,
shouldn't
no,
have
no, no.
mentioned it.
Oh, no, no, no. I'm very civil about that kind of stuff. You know that.
Yeah.
I believe it should remain there. I'm not saying it shouldn't remain there.
Yeah.
There are it's just, the point is, when it was written has a different context to now.
Yes.
Because back then, you were probably using your musket to go after a bear on your property.
Yeah.
Because they didn't, we didn't have animal control to come get the bear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's their point, is that it's just times have changed and we're now kind of just addressing it, and we probably forever will be addressing it.
Definitely. So, is that all you want to say about COPPA? Is there anything
I
else?
I don't think there's a whole lot more to add. I am hoping that it doesn't really impact anyone too badly. I'm hoping that, we actually get more positives than we get negatives out of it.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the demonetization thing, I'm hoping that we get less demonetizations. Like, for
Yeah.
example, I hate seeing my favorite creators get demonetized because the content they share is maybe not, dubbed kid-friendly. Like, I don't know if you watch any, for example, more specialized channels like Ask a Mortician, they can't be monetized because of the topics they speak of.
Oh yeah.
Like Ask a Mortician can't, or even certain news channels like Philip DeFranco gets demonetized at times by the topic he talks about.
DeFranco gets demonetized all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a running gag on his channel at this point
But
where
I
he's
mean,
like, and it was demonetized.
but at the same time, what do you expect when one of the first words you say in all of your videos is bastard? Like,
But
you're asking to be demonetized at that point.
I do, but I love it. It's endearing. Also, I hope you're not 5 and watching Philip DeFranco. I hope not, but
Yeah.
So, what's on our list for segueing? Because we talked about
All right.
COPPA. Oh yes, the rewinds. The rewinds. Have you watched the rewind?
Oh yeah, but yeah. First, this completely slipped my mind until like just the second. The winner of the writing contest.
Ooh.
Yeah. That goes to "Stars Even Cry" by the member Autumn So Fly. Very
Oh,
nice
cool.
rhyming there. Which is sort of like this. It's sort of a dystopian tragedy about a girl who lost her family in some sort of weird bombing accident, or accident. It's a
Oh.
bombing. It's a pretty interesting story. So congratulations,
I'll
Autumn So Fly.
I'll have to go read that.
Yeah. So yeah, and then on to YouTube Rewind.
Yeah, have you watched the new rewind? I don't even know if it's out yet. Is it?
It's been out and it's terrible. it's it's essentially just a bunch of top 10 lists. You really haven't watched it yet?
I have not watched it yet. I guess the joke is TLDR. TLDR, it sucked.
TLDR, it sucked. Yes. Well, I mean, it didn't really suck. It's just very inoffensive. It's like
I feel like rewind is just because of how big YouTube has gotten. I feel like it's hard to actually create a true rewind.
Yeah.
Because I will probably still fight and say the best rewinds were the first few years of it.
Yeah, I mean, technically, the first few years were was this same sort of list thing, but yeah, like, just saw something disconnected. Are you still there?
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can still hear you. I don't know why
Okay,
it
cool.
says disconnected. That's weird.
That is weird.
But yeah, like, but yeah, I mean, the first couple years was like a list thing, and then 2012, I think, was when they was when they finally
I,
kind of started doing the really, extravagant music video type things that they've been doing,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
that
like
was because
I,
keep going.
sorry, you go.
Oh, well, what was I gonna say? You say whatever you were gonna say because I just completely blanked.
I'm sorry. I guess what I was gonna say was I personally thought like my favorite rewinds were 2013 and 2014 because I felt like they got their stuff together
Yeah.
and it really kind of encompassed what was going on at the time.
Hmm.
And I can go back and watch those and go, "Oh, yeah, that was happening during that time or that was popular. I remember that."
Definitely.
And you're right, it's just gotten more and more inoffensive quite or it accidentally offends because it tries to gloss over the not so nice parts of you.
Yeah. But I mean, at that point, I don't really dislike the whole like. I don't expect them to like mention the apocalypse or any of that crap. But
Yeah.
but at the same time, there's just not. There's a weird representation problem in in there where like they feel like they have to show all the viners, they have to show all the vloggers, and I feel like if they were to go back to what they used to do, because the problem I think is the fact that YouTube is much bigger. Because the whole
It
thing
is.
with those first two rewinds that were just kind of lists, the reason why they
Hmm.
did that is just because back then YouTube was just cat videos and neon cat and all that junk, and then
Yeah.
like 2012 you started getting big web shows, like big celebrities like Smosh and
Oh
Ray
yeah.
Johnson, Justine, Tobuscus, all these
Yeah.
huge people starting to blow up, become like genuine celebrities. Like at that point, I think TMZ started stalking Ray Johnson at that point.
Yeah.
TMZ started covering YouTubers, so that's why they started doing that, because YouTube was so much bigger. It was legitimized at that point, and that's why they started
It
doing
was.
bigger, more interesting things.
And I personally I've seen this for years. I actually do agree that I think YouTube Rewind probably needs to start regionalizing itself. Like needs to create regional rewinds because for example, I admit I do this every year and I kind of will have to go back and watch it this year and see if they even got included. I always get mad that certain creators from certain areas don't get featured. Like for
Yeah.
example, like for the Asian section of YouTube, I get so mad that Simon and Martina are never in there always every year even though they're actually the like one of the top YouTubers for Asia. Like
I
I
feel
get
like
so annoyed by that.
that's very interesting, because they did try, because I think that was something very strange about 2018,
Hmm.
was that they did try to show like international YouTubers. They had like a very short
Yeah.
area where they showed like a couple Korean YouTubers and like
Yeah.
a few YouTubers from like other areas. But like they
And
didn't.
I guess I get they didn't really touch a lot of them.
And I feel like another problem that they have is that they're thinking with the creators that they show and the videos that they show, especially in this new one, they're thinking
Hmm.
very algorithmically, and they're not really thinking
Hmm.
about what people are actually talking about. Like, they never mentioned the Logan Paul versus KSI fight, which was like the biggest talk for the past like
Yeah.
couple years, were those two fights. So,
Yeah. I have a feeling that Logan Paul would probably turn off some people at this point.
well, Yeah, but it's still a big event
It's
that they didn't
it
really
was still,
acknowledge.
and it did make history.
Absolutely.
It totally made history. So there's the other problem right there. Like
Like,
what a
they didn't mention Logan Paul. I think they mentioned PewDiePie very, very. They at least mentioned PewDiePie in this thing, and that's like
Mhm.
the big thing is like, oh look, PewDiePie is there, but it was just a clip of PewDiePie's videos.
Yeah,
It was
and
just like, yeah, he's here.
yeah. And that's, I think, I really do believe maybe there should be a regionalization. Like, for example, because the other thing too is I've heard this complaint of like people saying, I don't actually know those YouTubers from Latin America. I don't know those YouTubers from Asia.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I am actually just shocked that they even did one this year at all. Because if I were
Hmm.
running YouTube if I were running YouTube and I was thinking of like, and I was just thinking algorithmically like YouTube always does, I would probably not do a rewind after the backlash of last year. Just because,
But
like,
here's
I
the
feel like
thing. It got a lot of dislikes, but it still got a lot of eyes on it, which is still a prime way to get AdSense.
true at this point, and I think that's the problem with YouTube rewinds nowadays. It's not a celebration of the creators on the site like it used to be.
Hmm.
Nowadays, it is primarily a commercial for the website.
Yeah,
And I think that's the issue, is that they're not
that
really
is the
treating it as a gift to the content creators and the viewers. They're treating it as, you know, like a commercial. It's just a big Super Bowl commercial for YouTube at this point. And
and
it's
it
not even
shouldn't be
that, because now
that.
it's just a listicle. It's just like just another top 10 video.
Yeah, and I think that's just what bums me out is that in its first couple of years, it was actually really fun. It was a
Yeah.
really fun thing. I actually looked forward to it. Be but then it just, like you said, it just became something it didn't need to become. And I think, and also the other thing, I remember watching this last year. Do you remember that the whole like controversy about how certain YouTubers were treated
Oh
while
yeah, yeah.
making the
Like they,
rewind?
yeah. I mean, it was like some, yeah, didn't they have to
What's her
like
name?
pay them set? Didn't they have to like actually pay to go out there?
I think she
Like I don't.
might have. I remember the one YouTuber who spoke about it. Like she was in from the European side, and they basically made them stand out there in the cold in this goop.
I haven't heard all of it, but like from what I heard, I can't remember all of it. But like from what I heard, it really reminded me of. You ever heard the story of the nostalgia critic movies?
Oh
To
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Boldly
I've heard of
Flee,
those.
Kikassia, all those. It all
Hmm.
reminds me of those things and how like, oh, they didn't even have like bottled water for the actors and everything. It was just like, and I don't think they had permits for shooting where they shot. So it was just
Yeah.
like, so none of that stuff happened in the rewind, I don't think, but it very much, just what I heard about the production reminded me of that nightmare.
Yeah, that sounds about right because you know, you shouldn't be treating creators just because one creator is maybe 1 million followers and the other has like 7 million. You shouldn't be treating them any differently.
Yeah,
They still make money for your platform.
yeah. And I'm just gonna say, if YouTube is smart, I think that I think the smartest thing that they could do is just get rid of rewinds entirely.
Hmm.
Because you're right about the ad revenue, but at the same time, it's just gonna, no matter what they do at this point, it's gonna make people mad.
Yeah.
Even if they improve, somebody's gonna get mad, and I think it would be smarter for them to just give up and just not do it. Because at this point, any kind of rewind is not going any kind of rewind, no matter what they do, it's not going to satisfy people. It's
No, it's just
somebody's
gonna
going to be
make them
disappointed.
mad.
Yeah. So I think that's it for the rewind stuff.
Yeah.
So I do want to go through the. Let me copy this real quick. Copy and paste this in chat because what the heck? Paste.
Is it time to look at some videos?
No. I'm looking at the new harassment policy for YouTube and the sort of controversy of it's not letting me post it for some reason. Okay, that's weird. That's gonna be a problem. Oh wait, do I have to like post it as? Oh no, cancel. That's gonna be a problem when I can't post the links and stuff.
Is it an image or what exactly is it?
Oh, I'm trying to post a link. Let me test something out. No, it's letting me post. That's weird.
Because I see the Z. I see the letter Z.
Yeah, that was just me testing it out.
This episode is brought to you by the letter Z.
This episode is brought to you by the letter Z. You know what? The harassment guidelines aren't that important, so let me just see if I can at least get the... Let's see if I can at least get the... Let's just move on to videos if I can get it in the chat.
I can even look up, let's see, YouTube. Just want to see.
Okay. I am able to do it this way.
Is this one on the Google blog?
There we go. I got him. I got him. Okay, let's just move on
okay.
to the videos. I don't know what's going on with the actual chat box, but yeah, okay. So we're starting out with we're moving on to videos.
Okay.
First one is.
So I guess we should let everyone.
You cut out for a second. What was that?
But before we start, we probably should let everyone know we normally, if your video is more than 5 minutes, we do cut it at 5.
Yes.
Just so we keep it fair for everyone. So, just heads up, if we don't view the whole thing, it's because we're trying to make sure we look at everybody's videos. Alright, with that said.
Alright. First up is Moisa J. Roy. Let's see if I can get this to load. Alright. And, you in?
Alright. I'm in.
Alright. So, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Everyone, Moisa here, back with another video. I'm actually using my new vlogging set right now. That's why there's like a light on me. And you guys can see my highlighter and my makeup from the Ipsy subscription box makeup video.
I like her highlight.
These are have oily skin.
Yeah.
Don't mind that. But anyway, right now we're doing a Kohl's unboxing and try on haul. So that's why I'm doing it over here. So that way I can try on the clothes and show you guys firsthand what it looks like on me. And yeah, so let's just get right into this.
I'm not a fan of the Power Director watermark.
What is that? I don't know what Power Director is.
It's just like an editing software, but like it just makes everything look very unprofessional. Like
it does, because I can tell she's got. Because I can tell she has good lighting in here.
Yeah, it's got good lighting, good framing. Everything looks good, but that Power Director watermark is just a little bit off.
Yeah, if it's possible for you to get a different editing software to get rid of that Power Director item, that'd be perfect, because then you're really on your way.
Yeah.
Because I see she's clearly presenting everything very well. She's talking to her audience.
Yeah.
Good lighting.
Yeah, she's very good at keeping the. It's very good to keep the conversation up. Like tend to not do when I completely draw a blank and just sit here like an idiot.
No, don't say that. But, and I don't know if you really watch these kind of videos, Pyro, but, you know, I watch plenty of these types of videos, but it's really important to be engaged with your audience, and she's really engaging, and that's really great.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't watch this specific kind of stuff, but I watch like Stuart Ashens, who makes like similar kind of stuff, where he's just unboxing stuff, and yeah, from that I can tell like having some wit and just kind of continuously talking and commentating on what you're looking at is very important with these kinds of videos. So she's doing a really good job at that.
Yeah. And really the only complaint I have is it's really that power director, and maybe a little bit more on her editing, but it's her editing.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit better editing, and like the camera will shake occasionally. I don't know if that's like an autofocus thing or something, but it's a little bit distracting. But
I just saw it.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's really minor stuff. It's stuff that just brings you from doing it, you know, from the very beginning to like going into true novice and
Yeah.
And I think she could probably I think she could probably have some fun with her.
Yeah.
Because that if she has a little bit of fun with her editing, I think it could probably bring her personality in a little more.
Yeah. Maybe some more creative editing, definitely.
Yeah. You know, that makes me sound like, you know, the whole, you know, join the relatable trend with all the quote-unquote relatable YouTubers, but there is something to be said about that quirky edit.
Yeah. There is something to be said about the hashtag relatable type stuff.
Get your Hydro Flask out, Pyro. Get your Hydro Flask out. It's confirmed Pyro's a Visco girl.
No, I'm just gonna keep drinking out of this giant Schlitterbahn cup.
Oh my god. Like there. I like the little personality of like when she's just like, yes. I'm like, okay, keep that. I love that.
Yeah.
I appreciate the Kim Possible outfit.
Oh gosh, yeah, I just got that. That's funny.
This one's another pair of leggings. So these are like sporty leggings. They're like
closing in on 5 minutes.
So I guess if we're completing, you know, finishing this up, the video is well done so far. It just has some minor tweaks, and after that, I think you have a really good, you know, haul video. And I think if you continue with that format, you'll do really.
Yeah, definitely. I can see potential here. Just needs a little bit more work. You know, a little bit of tweaking and a better video editor that doesn't have a little watermark in the side. And this is good.
This is good. All right, so I guess on to the next one.
From there, we go to Bry the Bro Gaming.
Late night Discord moments. Oh boy.
This is going to be interesting.
This is going to be interesting because I know from how many Discord conversations I've had, they always end up.
Yeah. So, on the countdown, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Sorry, so what? I get put in the chat. No.
Yeah,
No, I'm not giving you satisfaction. What am I, pawning your game? Is that it? Is that... So, it?
I don't know, what do you think?
Am I just a gag for you to laugh at? I don't even understand. They just want to talk, just talk.
They just understand that you're too good for them. That's why they don't approach you.
Oh, word? So I just walk up to the girl like, I know I'm too good for you, but listen.
Bro, that sounds like some like a
Can you hear
guidance
me still?
counselor would tell you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Bro, the reason why girls don't talk to you is because that you're too good for them, and they know it. It's like the mom walks in and the guy's acting. He was like, "Oh, what the fuck? Can I be here by myself?" The man is butt naked in the living room. Like, it's like, can I have some privacy in this house? Like, damn. But just like the way he said it and his acting.
Demonetized!
Like seriously, like what? What's the big deal? Like I can't stretch.
You got 613 subscribers. You don't have to worry about demonetization yet.
Not yet.
I can't even stretch with you in the room. Like this is really like I can't.
This reminds me of the, this isn't a beach, this is a bathtub.
Oh my god, stop! Not that video.
Have you seen the animation that's like, that's Resident Evil? It's, changes them to Ada Wong and Leon Kennedy.
By this time I could
Oh,
no, shit.
Dude, learn to fly.
Oh.
Oh my god. Sorry, I'm listening to Tyler 1. I can't even hear you.
Okay, wait a minute, did they just show like...
No, if I ever did that though, I would make him do like
Oh,
insane
why?
tests, but I'd never make him Irish, so I'm known as the last Irishman.
Why? Why do you want to ruin the entire Irish movement? What the hell's going on?
Oh no.
Oh, they're maggots. That's nice.
Oh.
No, there is no however in that situation.
Oh.
Oh my lord.
Oh, these are fun.
Okay. Then he starts laughing. Yep. I love this video. Divorce? A leprechaun comes down from a rainbow, and I have to dig my head through a pot of gold to get a certificate that says "Welcome to Irish."
Not even the gold, you just get the certificate, but not the gold.
I'll be sure to have my handgun ready, because now he's gonna run up and he's gonna be like, "Oh, now try to catch me," and I'll just shoot him in the back as he's trying to run back up the rainbow.
You're gonna ruin it. So how else everybody else gonna get an official validation?
They gotta go through me, man.
You're the new leprechaun.
I don't like that either, man.
Yeah, huge.
I transferred to the small.
Bro, that's so inefficient and energy wasting.
And it's warm.
And it's warm.
I don't want to drink out of this giant ass one.
No, just do it.
Oh yeah, that's... Bro, I forgot tap water's poison in California. I forgot about that. I was like, bro, just drink tap.
What water?
Yeah.
He said, what water?
What, do they lose their Irishness
No,
if they
they-
don't complete the tap?
No, they just can't go beyond it. They're like stuck in limbo.
We should probably say something while we're
You don't
watching
tell me
this,
this
but it's like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to like,
I'm trying to like get all the jokes.
yeah,
They can't proceed, but they can't go back.
trying to like,
And
Like, they can't, I mean...
I guess this
no, they
isn't
can't
quite
go
my
back.
sense of
They can't
humor.
gain
Yeah.
But-
be 100% Irish.
I mean, everybody's sense of I'm not going to comment on the humor itself because everybody's humor is a little different.
yeah.
So I suppose if you if you like this type of humor, then you're gonna love this. If you're not into this kind of humor, you're probably gonna hate this. But if we're looking at this from a production standpoint, the editing is good. I'm gonna give all sorts of credit to the editing because I can tell lots of work was done on it.
Yeah, definitely. I can see a lot of effort was put into the editing, and like, saying late night Discord moments, I can only assume this dude probably combed through hours and hours of footage to try and find the funniest moments. Just with that name.
I would think so, but I'd wondered though if maybe there was hidden moments that even be even more funny.
Yeah.
If they were totally whacked out, because I know I've had some late night Discord conversations with friends that have totally went into a whacked out territory.
Yeah.
Like especially after playing a game of like Cards Against Humanity, there's some places we've went. Like you know, like when you pull out the card of what ruined the class field trip.
Oh no. I can think of. I remember one time I played Cards Against Humanity, and there was just for some reason, everyone decided to just pick on this one person and just say this one poor girl, and started writing in so and so's massive schlong, and that was like everyone's card for everything the whole game.
Oh no. But point being is, maybe this isn't our cup of tea when it comes to the humor. That doesn't mean it's not humorous, it's just not our cup of tea.
It reminds me a little bit of like Salty DK Dan and what's that one that everybody likes? I can't remember his name. He's like a CSGO streamer or something. Swagger Souls.
Oh,
Kind of reminds me of him.
him. I think my boyfriend really likes him. I'm not into it as much, but that's, again, everybody's humor is subjective. I mean, I might think I'm funny, but really you probably think I sound like, you know, an old geezer.
Yeah, Swagger Souls is one of those guys where I enjoy them. I find him funny, but I don't like CSGO, so I just don't watch his videos.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like
So, if we're...
But yeah, back on the video.
So, just in short, it's good editing. It will appeal to the demographic that's intended for it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't...
Yeah, because it's funny, and I feel like it went on a little bit longer. I feel like if there was something... When it's just people talking, you need just a little bit more to get it. Maybe just some more graphics on the screen or something. Just a little more than just, you know, the text popping up and stuff like that. Like, I get that style of video, you gotta comb through hours and hours to make anything entertaining. But just that little...
Well, gosh, well, gosh, Pyro, now you're making me think I have to draw little talking heads in this too now, not the thumbnail.
No.
So I need to draw a little...
No, don't do any more than you have to. This is a podcast, we don't need that much visual.
I mean, it could be funny.
It could be funny. I'm not going to say it wouldn't be funny, but...
Although, also then you have to edit that. I don't know but you want to do that.
That's the other problem.
It's like, I could do it, but then how much do I have to edit it?
We're going to be editing this on Christmas Eve, so...
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that's another thing. Merry Christmas. Yeah, I was going to say that for the end, but yeah. This is the Christmas special, so... This is the Christmas special.
Wow, we are full of Christmas cheer, you know that? We're
Christmas
talking about
cheer.
demonetization. Merry Christmas, you've been demonetized.
We are two poor Cratchits just working on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So, next video, Shio Dawn.
Alright. Vaggy. I'm gonna admit, I'm gonna try to hold my opinion on Has-Been Hotel.
I like it.
I have a hard time... I just have a hard time really supporting it, because I've read some things on the artist.
Okay, Vivian Madrano has done some really crappy stuff in the past, and she has admitted to doing really crappy stuff in the past, and she has definitely said that she was a horrible person at that time. She is she's essentially apologized for what she's done.
Yeah, that's the only reason I have trouble, like, I think that's the only reason I have trouble with it, and sitting down and watching Hazbin Hotel is just because of that, and also just the people that she allowed to actually be on the production of it also have problems.
Really? I haven't heard about anybody, like, I know that, I mean, the only person that I know is, like, Yukino Joe and, like, somebody from, like, some video game.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'd have to go find it. I'm sure I'll go find it at some point. But I was reading up, like, somebody on the production team was, like, a real creep and did some shit, and it was, well, no.
I don't know.
So
I still like it. I think it has potential to be a really good series. I like that.
Sure. Like, I'm not saying I will never give it a chance. I'm just saying going forward, I hope production team, gets combed over.
Yeah.
I think that's more of what I'm trying to say. I'm not even saying that it's bad animation. It looked. I'm sorry to anybody who likes Hazbin Hotel. We're gonna go back to the actual content of the.
Yeah. Apology accepted, and let's go.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Hello everybody, Don here, and welcome back to another art video. Okay, today I'll be discussing art styles and how I found mine. And let's jump right into it. Okay, so first off, I have 2 art styles.
I do appreciate her talking.
Oh, absolutely. That's something we don't see very often. I do prefer, if I'm going to watch a speed paint, which I don't do very often, I would like to listen to somebody talk while they do it.
I prefer doing it on a computer, because it looks better, of course. And, how I found my art style
want to know, though, is that music royalty free?
Looking at other
that is something, and it's very.
How they did it.
It seems very quiet though.
How they do their art.
Yeah.
Like
so I don't think it'll really register if it isn't.
The lines might be thicker or really thin, to where it's like paint.
It's not even that I don't have any issues with. It's not that I have issues with the music. I'm just looking at it from a YouTuber perspective.
For me, I used thicker lines to like.
I will say I have the volume down really low. I have the volume
she talks
down
very loud.
Yeah, I have the volume down very low, usually just to make sure it doesn't drown us out.
I really like how
and it's still sounds very loud and clear.
I mean, it's good that it's loud and clear, because we've also had instances where videos we could not hear a gosh darn thing.
Oh, that's another thing, yeah, but I'm just thinking about it from from our perspective as people, or at least from my perspective as somebody who has to sound mix this thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I think, I'm looking at this, it's well done. I'm not even mad. It's a little loud, maybe just take it down a smidgen. A smidgen.
Yeah. If I were to bring this all the way up,
I mean,
it's so weird.
Oh boy, yeah, there we go.
But I mean, the art is good. The art's really nice to look at. It's well done. Video is well done. We get talking for once instead of classical music. So I really think this is good. I'm trying to think if there's anything I could otherwise recommend aside from lowering the tone of, lowering the voice ever so slightly.
Yeah. I mean, I have something. Get more subscribers. You got 40. I actually want to see if I can find some way to, I want to see what her SEO is like. I'm going to see.
Oh, yeah, the SEO. That's.
Because, this is a really good video, and I want to see, if it has something to do with her, let me see.
I actually
Let's see.
I wanted to have my line art
No, that's not what I'm looking for. I found something a while back that showed videos for tags. I could download Tube Buddy, but I really don't want to do that.
stuff on it, I guess.
Actually, you know what? Yeah,
It came out really good.
that's something I want to say. If you're really wanting to get serious on YouTube, download TubeBuddy because it's actually really good.
It's like doesn't match but
Yeah, because I see a lot of potential.
Yeah.
That's my style. So
Like I said, aside from my ramble about content, but that's not here nor there.
Yeah.
anyway,
Like the actual drawing of this video, and I will give this credit, Has Been Hotel is really popular, so you would actually get people watching.
Oh, definitely. Let me see. What are the views on this? I mean, 397 views. That isn't bad. But like, I want to figure out why nobody's subscribing. Like,
That is a really great question.
yeah. I mean, I want to
Because
fast forward to the end and see if she has like a call to action, because that's something big you want to work on is making
know
sure
what
you
it
say
might be?
what.
Yeah,
I see she had posted this 9 months ago,
Hmm.
and this was before Has Been Hotel got released, as its pilot got released. So I kind of wonder if it was because she had posted it at a time where it wasn't entirely, it was known but not as known.
True.
So
Let me see.
I
What is
wonder-
her? Okay, that's yeah.
I
Okay.
wonder though.
She doesn't post very frequently, because I'm looking at her channel. She has 10 months, 10 months, 10 months, 9 months, 4 months, 4 months, 4 months, 4 months, 4 months. She hasn't posted a video in a while.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a problem when it comes to growth. You have to stay consistent.
Yeah. So I guess it would be try to get more videos out, even if that means you have to maybe like prep a bunch of them ahead of time, and then you just kind of rest on your laurels and then make a bunch over time, and then
Yeah,
just
do
keep
the Let's Play
scrolling them
channel
away.
thing.
Yeah. You scroll them away.
Yeah.
But otherwise, really great work. Like I said, it's very good. It's just, you gotta just keep going with it, just be consistent.
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of cut out a little bit there, but yeah.
Oh, did I? Oh, sorry.
Just near the end.
Basically was just saying, just be consistent with it. Keep going. You have the right formula.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely the best speed paint channel we've seen on this show so far. So
Definitely, I agree right there.
yeah. So next is Cario City Gamer. Getting a gamer.
We had a ball to it. Oh boy.
This is gonna be interesting.
When I see the emojis, I know there's something's gonna happen.
Yeah. All right. So countdown 3, 2. Another Power Director. Another Power Director watermark. Okay. Countdown 3, 2, 1. Let's jam.
Name for such a shame that being Brent quite. Stop it. For such a shame to Brent quite. But I'm not the one to blame. I'm the lost child of the Isle, born to be found. The last lifeline to bring the barriers down, and the one to take over Orion. This is your boy, your Hana Car City Gamer. This is gonna be a quick intro. The video that y'all are about to see is pretty much something that was supposed of Descendants 3 remix. Boy! Shut it! The one that y'all about to watch is Descendants 3 trailer. Fan trailer. Oh.
No! Go.
Cut it!
No!
Cut it! What's up, my homies? This is your boy, your Hana Car City. My homies, this is your boy, your Hana Cario, and well,
So
Wait, what do you say?
I mean, this is just a blooper reel.
What do you say after that?
so
Yeah.
this is how you want to cut me off. My homies, this is your boy.
Okay, you're cutting out again. You okay?
I'm okay. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be cutting out. Can
Yeah,
you
yeah.
hear me?
Yeah, you can. I can hear you now. I don't know what that was.
I don't know. But I think my immediate comment is I don't feel like I have enough context to really give commentary.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like because it's a gag reel.
It's a gag reel. And that's not to say I don't want to give a good or a bad review just because I don't have enough information to give.
Yeah. Because I'm just looking down at the comments, and the only comment is, "I bet you guys had fun."
It looks like they did have fun.
It does look like they had fun. But
So
I just...
I'm not even mad that they had. I think it's a little confused, and I'm looking at his channel right now. And I kind of wish he had picked a different video.
Yeah, let's look at his, I'm gonna look at his channel right now. And,
like the what the flying flip, like reaction sound.
Oh yeah, yeah, why did he choose, like, an older video? Because his new videos actually look alright.
Yeah.
If you want to look at, his most recent video, this might be interesting. Let's go.
We're sorry that we're kind of not. Let's go do it. Let's go watch a little bit of this.
Yeah, because that video was like, what, 2 minutes? So we can just count this as part of the 5.
Yeah.
So another Power Director one. That's... Oh yeah. Countdown. 3, 2, 1. Let's jam.
So, dude. Yeah. Are you gonna start the video or not? Oh, am I gonna start the video? I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. Wait, dude, never mind, you're recording already. Look. I do got the gear on, the hat. Stop bragging. Look, you're recording. And the headphones that I had to use my No one gives a flying flip. Look, you're recording. Oh! Why didn't you tell me? Oh, wait. Oh my flipping goodness. Yeah, I told you. What is up, my Honda? You're going on how to
Camera quality is one thing. Sorry, did you just say something? I think you cut.
I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I think the video probably needs we need a different camera.
Yeah, different camera. Still with that Power Director thumbnail. Or that Power Director. So, he rambles a lot. That's another thing. He rambles a lot, and that's an issue.
It's a lot of ramble.
Okay, so today I'm not really fully energetic, but I am.
And that's the thing. I guess that goes back to what we said about Moise J. Roy's unboxing videos. Like, there is a bit of a... There's a balance where, like, you're either silent... On one side, you know, you're silent throughout the entire video. On the other side, you're just rambling. And you never get to the point. You want to find that middle. You want to find that middle.
Like, I still want you to be engaged and talk, but I don't want you to, like... You know, sometimes it can come out as word vomit.
Yeah.
First 3 people to comment on this video.
Like we're 2 minutes in, and he's still getting to, like, the call to action stuff.
Yeah.
That's not good.
When most people would go, like, subscribe, put on the notification bell.
Yeah. Because, like, he also needs... I look at his content, and he doesn't really have much consistency.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much consistency with consistency. He doesn't have much consistency with content. He's got, he's got, like, the reaction videos, and he's got, like, long live streams. Then he's got, like... He just has a lot of different stuff. You need to... And
kind of need to.
We need consistency here. We need consistency.
Yeah, consistency and kind of narrowing in on a niche.
Yeah, you gotta find your niche. Not just, and that doesn't even just mean gaming. That you gotta find, like, what kind of gaming. RPGs, Minecraft, FPSs.
Are you gonna fall into the indie horror games? Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you gotta find a very specific niche. I see the name Cairo City Gamer, or Cario City Gamer. I expect to see a gaming video. But instead I get a Descendants 3 parody. That's very...
Yeah.
That just seems off to me. So...
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to... And also, like, the thumbnails, that you don't really have any thumbnails. It's just kind of, you know, one of the defaults, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Which, you know, thumbnails can really draw people into the actual... the thumbnails bring people into the video, which we're not here, we're not trying to bash. We're actually just wanting constructive criticism, just so you can take what we say and go, oh, okay, I can apply this for the next round.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm sure you'd agree with me, we would love a resubmission, and we would love, you know, to see really, you know, different improvements, even if it's slow.
Yeah.
Because, you know, getting a new camera is expensive, but making a thumbnail is not as expensive.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, you can make, like, a really good video on, like, an iPhone 5. So it's not even, like... It's not even... I'm not even expecting, like, you to get, like, a really nice, you know, DSLR camera or whatever.
Yeah.
But even just, like, you know... ask for a new phone for Christmas or something. I don't know. Whatever. You know, find some way to get, you know, a slightly nicer camera through cheaper means. You know, just investing in a newer phone or something like that and just recording videos on that. There are different ways to do that. But even then, that's not a big issue. That's not the biggest issue here.
No, it's just, there's not a lot of focus, and I'd like a focus. I think, you know, actually, here's my biggest piece of advice. I think you should start writing a script. Like, actually write a script. Or write at least your talking points so you don't ramble.
Yeah.
Because when you don't have a plan, sometimes you accidentally begin to ramble. Like, if you notice, like, for example, you guys, if you notice with Pyro and I, we actually do have a little bit of a set list of what to talk about.
Yeah.
And while it's not completely planned and we kind of leave it flexible, we at least know, okay, it's time to segue into this next topic.
Also, I don't know if the website that I found is a little bit busted, but I just looked up like the tags for this video, the What the Flying Flip one. There are no tags. So that's another thing you gotta look into, is you gotta have those tags down or nobody's gonna find your video.
Yeah.
So, with that out of the way, on to the final video, Silver Dragon.
Alright.
This is 59 seconds.
Oh, that's a very short.
And,
Sonic SM, Sonic blows the toy. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh no, okay. Countdown?
Okay. See, Silver Dragon, I think, is actually a very active member, so, of the community, so this is going to be interesting. So yeah, countdown, 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Okay.
What did I just...
Oh. You alright?
What did I just watch?
Yeah, a few things. First of all, the KineMaster watermark. Second of all, the other watermark that I'm assuming... I can't even see what it is, but I'm assuming it's a screen recorder. That's a problem. And then... The Rouge the Bat fart is a thing that happened. I don't even know how to properly critique this.
I don't know how to properly critique this. Let's just put that. Can I just say this right now? Fart jokes are not funny.
They're not.
They're not funny, and I
think I may have seen one funny fart joke in my entire life, and I can't even remember what it was from.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, Rouge the Bat, farting green, whatever, is gonna be in my nightmares tonight.
Yeah. And the creepiest thing, I bet there are actually people who are into that.
Yeah,
so,
Rouge is that character.
Yeah, and then this is... I don't even know... Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. This is just... Oh no, that guy Dave, another guy that we critiqued, like, I think in the last video, he commented, haha, this was brilliant. Sorry to call you out like that, Dave. You're a good content creator, but that's a weird comment.
I'm struggling to find the words I want to say. I'm trying to...
Let's see if I can get this tag thing to work, and see what the tags are. See if there are any good tags.
Normally I'd have something positive to say, but right now I think I'm traumatized.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. Oh, in the tags it actually says Sonic fart jokes.
Oh no. You know what? I'm probably gonna make this thumbnail based on our traumatization of the video.
That's probably for the best. Yeah, okay, you need more tags. I'm gonna try and find something to critique, something to properly critique this. Silver Dragon, you need more tags. Because right now I'm seeing Sonic SFM, Sonic Funny Animation, Sonic SFM Funny Animation. The repetition isn't good. Funny video, Sonic fart jokes, fuck this shit, I'm out. You need more tags than that. Something like Sonic the Hedgehog animation, Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, I don't know, something like that. You need more stuff in the tags. I think I'm having a stroke after watching that. But
I you know, to be honest with you, Pyro, I would like a bottle of sake to just forget all.
Understandable.
I would just like to forget. I just would like to forget.
I don't drink, but there's a carton of eggnog downstairs calling my name.
You're just...
Eggnog has alcohol in it, right? That should do
it. I mean, it can. You could be either in sugary diabetic coma from the actual sugar in eggnog, or you can be in just, blacked out because you put alcohol. Pick your point.
I will find a way.
Oh God.
Anyway, I think that calls it. That's it.
I think that does. Thank you for thanks for sitting through our Christmas rambles. We hope you have a fantastic holiday. Hopefully one without any shitting jokes and yeah.
Yeah.
I'm traumatized.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Festivus for the rest of us. That's all the time we have. If you'd like to be a guest on this podcast, or if you would like to see somebody else on this podcast, then make sure to ask a member of the Amino to nominate you, or nominate the person that you want to see. So, that's closest thing that I have to an outro right now. Still working on that. How many months has it been? I'm still working on the outro.
It takes time.
It takes time. Yeah, keep working on those videos, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Goodbye.